Right now at 7, a wild police chase comes to an end in Cherokee County. How authorities were able to get the car to stop.
A 12th vote to end the 22-day shutdown. How the stalemate is starting to hit communities nationwide as paychecks and benefits dry up.
And temperatures are cooling and fall is perfect for outdoor fun. This year, 25 million hunters joined millions of campers and hikers, fueling 639 billion outdoor recreation economy. Bridget Noonan, outdoor enthusiast and senior brand director of DECT, joins us live later this morning to talk more about outdoor recreation.
And speaking of temperatures cooling, we got some cool temperatures this morning and some nice comfortable ones as we go into this afternoon. I'll show you what to expect in your forecast on Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
I know many of you are enjoying these cooler temperatures this morning. Fall weather also means millions of Americans are hitting the trails, campsites, and hunting grounds, powering the outdoor recreation economy. We'll show you how this season is big business coming up on Morning Y'all here on CBS 19 Plus.
Looking forward to it. Good morning, y'all. Thanks so much for staying with us here on CBS 19 Plus. I'm Jesus Martinez.
I'm Dana Dixon. Thanks so much for being with us. It's a chilly start as you get ready to head out this morning. If you haven't stepped your little toes out so far, you may want a little light jacket or a sweatshirt, whatever feels good to you. Let's get over to Joel now, who's keeping a track of those temperatures and this forecast moving forward.
Yeah, this morning is definitely a cool start. You might even want to break out the heavier blankets and jackets out there. We got 49 degrees right now in Tyler, the dew point at 39. That means it's very, very dry. We got clear skies overhead. That will continue into the rest of today. How about low 40s in some locations? How about 41 in Jefferson and Marshall? We got 43 in Mount Pleasant, 42 in Mineola, 49 again in Tyler, and then we got some warmer spots out there as well. 56 degrees is the warm spot right now in Jacksonville. Dew points 39 to 42 across much of the area, a little bit higher further to the south where there's a little bit more humidity, but these are very, very dry numbers that will continue into this afternoon, and as a result we got lots of sunshine, southeast winds of around 5 to 10 miles per hour, and 82 degrees will be that high for today. Up to 84 for tomorrow. Our system is going to be moving in a little bit closer. We'll see a little bit more cloud cover for your Thursday, especially on Friday, and then rain chances really start to crank up this Saturday. I'll show you the latest details on that in your full forecast coming up later.
All right, Joel, thank you so much. A Cherokee County man now convicted of murder will be back in court this morning as the sentencing phase of his trial gets underway. Noel Price was found guilty yesterday in the 2023 killing of 42-year-old Samuel Muller, whose body was found in a home near a Wells baseball field. Now, this comes after a mistrial for the 56-year-old earlier this year when a different jury couldn't reach a verdict.
A Lufkin man is facing several charges after a high-speed chase through several East Texas counties. Troopers say the driver hit speeds over 130 miles an hour in a stolen Lexus. According to DPS, the chase started during a traffic stop in Angelina County and then ended in Cherokee County, right outside of Jacksonville bowling alley. Troopers say 22-year-old Devin Cook of Lufkin tried to hit officers as they were putting down spike strips. Several law enforcement agencies joined the chase before Cook was finally taken into custody. This morning, he's in the Angelina County Jail charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, evading arrest, reckless driving, and deadly conduct.
Well, this morning, we're waiting on test results to see if a cat in Panola County had rabies. This cat was found in Gary yesterday and was showing symptoms consistent with a rabies infection. Now, it was humanely euthanized, and samples have been sent out to the Texas Department of State Health Services for testing. Sheriff Cutter Clinton is urging pet owners to vaccinate their animals and seek medical attention if bitten or scratched. If these results come back positive, quarantine protocols will follow, and the book, of course, will keep you updated. 7:07 now, a live look at our nation's capital, where the Senate is set to vote for the 12th time to enter the government shutdown. And for now, 22 days, agencies have been closed and federal employees and contractors either furloughed or working without a paycheck. And lawmakers are working on bills to restore some of that payment as the stalemate drags on with no clear end in sight.
And President Trump is standing firm after meeting with congressional Republicans on Tuesday, but he declined Democrats' request for a meeting of their own. Now, those congressional Democrats are backing down on their demand that Republicans negotiate on the rising cost of health care. Tomorrow, the Senate could take up a GOP bill that would allow some federal workers, like active duty military, to get paid. A source also confirmed to CBS News that Senate Democrats are working on a bill to pay all federal workers.
We don't know when it's going to end, and I need to pay my bills.
Today, Senate Majority Leader John Thune says he plans to bring up the House GOP's clean bill to reopen the government through mid-November. A vote for the 12th time with no clear sign that much has changed.
7:08 now, time now for your morning headlines. The Louvre Museum opened its doors this morning, but without an estimated $102 million in stolen treasures. Right now, more than 100 investigators are working to track down those thieves, and police say they broke in through a window targeting the Apollo Gallery and stealing jewelry, including this tiara and this necklace, before fleeing on motorcycles. Investigators call it one of the biggest heists since the Mona Lisa was stolen back in 1911. Meanwhile, a new roadblock in peace talks. A Trump administration official says there are no plans for a summit between President Trump and Vladimir Putin in the immediate future. The White House had talked back in recent days about holding a proposed in-person meeting between the two leaders in Hungary, an effort to bring the war between Russia and Ukraine to an end. Meanwhile, an expected meeting between Secretary of State Marco Rubio and his Russian counterpart has also been tabled. Check this out. OpenAI has unveiled Atlas. It's a new web browser that's poised to take on Google Chrome. The company says the search engine is built with ChatGPT at its core, with settings that allow the browser to remember previous chats and even searches. Now, one key feature is called Agent Mode. It allows the system to click through the internet for users, and Atlas already launched its app for Mac laptop users, with versions for Microsoft, Apple iPhone, and Google, as well as Android, coming soon. And Netflix is looking to capitalize on the success of K-pop Demon Hunters film. The company says it has inked a licensing partnership with Mattel and Hasbro to develop toys, games, and other merchandise based on the breakout movie's characters. Netflix says K-pop Demon Hunters is its most popular film of all time, racking up 325 million views globally in just 3 months.
The temperatures are slowly cooling down. Fall is the perfect time for you to get outdoors, and this year an estimated 25 million hunters will head into the field, joined by millions more campers, anglers, and hikers eager for cooler temperatures and some vibrant autumn colors. Outdoor recreation is big business, as you know. According to the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis, people spent a little over $156 billion on gear and apparel last year, fueling a $639.5 billion outdoor recreation economy. Bridget Noonan, outdoor enthusiast and senior brand director of Decked, joins us live this morning to talk more about outdoor recreation. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Oh, so glad you're here. Well, why is this season really a key time to think about storing all of that outdoor equipment that we've been talking about, all the gear that we've spent a lot of money on for recreation?
That's exactly right. I think this is the best time of year to be thinking about it, because whether you're a hunter, hiker, or really any kind of outdoor recreationalist, you're going to be dealing with weather. And for that reason, you're going to want to protect the things that you've invested in bringing in the outdoors.
So how has outdoor recreation gear, or the amount we carry, changed over the years?
We're carrying more than ever, whether it's on our backs or in the back of our truck beds. Innovation has a lot to play into that. Our gear is more advanced, more expensive, and we're carrying a lot of electronics. So for that reason, I think storing and organizing things so that you can spend more time outside is more important than ever.
So let's talk about the challenges that outdoor enthusiasts may face when they're trying to store it in the fall, and where they should be storing it.
I think the biggest challenge is weather. So always assume that you're going to be facing whether it's rain, snow, or other conditions. So you really want to be thinking about storing your gear in weatherproof, dustproof, rugged cases. And I think the other thing that you should be thinking about in the fall is you're going to have less light. So adding into your regular repertoire something like a headlamp and extra batteries Those are things that are really important as you get into the fall season.
So you talked a little bit about keeping your gear safe and secure and protected from the elements. I think when we don't think about is when we head out there and we go out on that trip, and that's when things happen. When we're home, you can keep it in a garage or a storage facility where it's, climate controlled, but it's when you're outdoors.
Yes. Yeah, I think one tip that I would always share with my friends is carrying a first aid kit, whether it's in your pack or in your truck. And if you are in your vehicle, carrying a roadside assistance kit. It just helps you be prepared for anything, the unexpected, the emergency situation, whether it's for yourself or for someone that you come upon on a trail or in the road. It's always important to plan ahead on that.
And do they need to be nice and secure and insulated and have good closure on them to keep everything safe and non-contaminated from the elements?
Exactly. Yeah. Again, protecting that gear, having secure and lockable storage to keep that stuff really just with you for years, and all of the things that you've invested in, making sure that they last and that they're safe.
Because in many cases, you're spending thousands of dollars, right, on all of the things that you want to do for hunting, or if you're going hiking, or whatever it is you enjoy to do.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the things we love doing are expensive, and the gear that we love to have with us is also expensive. So investing in cases, investing in storage so that you can keep all of that organized, it just extends the lifetime of all of those things.
So what are your top tips for staying safe during the autumn outdoor activities, whether you're fishing or hiking or hunting? I forgot about fishing, but I saw some people fishing in the video that we just showed there, and those rods and reels also very expensive.
Yeah, beyond all the things of keeping your gear safe and organized, I think also just telling someone where you're going before you leave the truck, before you leave the house, letting somebody, whether it's family or friends, know where you're at, and they can expect your safe return, just helps round out everything and make sure that you can enjoy the outdoors safely.
Yeah, sometimes our cell phones don't work out in those locations. Is there any other thing that you can take along with you that might help you get a better signal or something like that?
Yeah, I love to have the Garmin InReach with me. You don't have to rely on your cell phone. You'll always have that satellite connectivity in case of emergency. It's not that you need to be texting when you're out in the woods, enjoy your time outside, but it is great for those emergency situations when you just want to let someone know where you are.
Well, I know there's a lot more information out there that people can access. Where should they go for more information on storing equipment, for staying safe outdoors this season? Tell us where that you think they should head to.
Yeah, head to decked.com. You can find anything you need to know about storage solutions for your truck bed and for your garage. And you can find a lot more information on our blog there about tips and tricks for the outdoors.
Thanks so much for helping us stay safe as we get ready to head out and enjoy the fall weather. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, the lights, the wreaths, the inflatable Santas, Christmas decorations are popping up earlier every single year, even before the Halloween candy is gone. Some love the early holiday cheer, while others say, give Thanksgiving its moment. So be honest. When should Christmas decorations go up? I have already seen lights placed on houses, but not flipped on yet.
Okay, that's
Really?
what I usually do. Like, my family always put them up sometime like in middle November, sometimes after Halloween, and then we wouldn't turn them on until Thanksgiving
At
night.
that point, it'd be too tempting not to just plug it in.
Not until Thanksgiving night.
Not until Thanksgiving night. We just keep it on there.
Sharing is caring. We can share the holidays. They can overlap.
When is too early for you?
Never. If
I'm
you have
not
them year round, it's fine.
I'm
He
not
says
a
never.
never person, but I am like right after Halloween.
Right.
I used to be like, there's this event called Mistletoe and Magic every year in East Texas. I was in the junior league for years, and I would always put my stuff up then because it would put me in this Christmas spirit.
Right.
It was early November. Now I'm like, you know what? This is a lot of work.
Yeah.
It takes to take all these trees down and put all these, and I'm going to enjoy it for November and December and a titch of January.
A little bit of January.
That's true,
I've
very
seen
true.
some people, back whenever I was in college, we had our Christmas tree up until like spring break.
Okay.
Only because
Wow.
we did not have time to put it down. We
Yeah.
were busy with school the semester. We came back from the holiday semester started, and we just hit the ground running. Didn't
how
have
that is.
time until spring break. We're like, all right, it is time.
I know. I love the holidays, y'all. I just can't wait.
Oh,
You know
me too.
what?
Yeah.
We're going to take a break from the holidays and see how the traffic's treating us as you get ready to head out this morning.
Absolutely. Definitely not like holiday traffic, I'll tell you that much. We got 2 hours over to Dallas and an hour and 30 minutes over to Shreveport, so pretty average numbers out there, pretty smooth sailing so far. And as far as US 69 goes, we're also smooth sailing. We got 2.5 hours up to Denison if you're heading that far, and an hour and 30 minutes down to Lufkin if you're heading southbound towards that direction. Now, some of the other routes starting to pick up just a little bit. Jacksonville to Nacogdoches is 55 minutes at this point. We also have Tyler to Longview still at a 40-minute commute, and we're also watching Tyler to Palestine at around a 55-minute commute, and Tyler to Athens right now is a 45-minute commute for us. CBS19 Live Radar, also another thing, smooth sailing here across the area, nice and clear. We got clear skies overhead. And we're also watching some visibility drops, mainly over Carthage. We're down to 3 3/4 mile visibilities, so watch out for some fog over in that direction. All in all here, looking at great visibility, should be just fine as you head outside. 40s and 50s is what we got. Green times 3 for this morning, green times 3 for this afternoon. 82 degrees and sunny for today.
Well, coming up, we've got a major boost for rural fire crews. Millions headed to small departments across Texas. See how one East Texas team is putting their new truck to work.
We'll be right back after this break.
It's time for CBS19 Sports.
Morning, y'all. Dan Millay with your sports here. Appreciate you joining us, folks. A lot of football games have moved from Friday to Thursday night, and we'll talk about them soon. But first, let's head down to Tyler Legacy as volleyball hosts Rockwall Heath. But first, it was senior night for the Lady Raiders as we see the Louisiana Tech commit Taylor Woods being honored by her teammates, one of 7 seniors on the squad, and a great turnout from a shirtless student section to celebrate. And a strong start here from Mikkel Reed, who spikes this one all over the Hawks. Then Reed strikes again, coming flying in off 1 foot to spike this ball home. Lady Raiders looking good out the gate. On the other side, though, Rockwall Heath provides some power of their own via the slam from Gabby McHenry. Tyler Legacy hanging tough, though, as Madison Goen responds with this spike. A couple high-flying teams doing battle last night. This time, Taylor Woods gets in on the fun off the assist from Annie Trahan. Lady Raiders doing everything they can. Another assist from Trahan here as Aubrey Felton brings the boom, and everybody's getting involved last night. Even the freshman here on senior night. That's Charlotte Freeman getting on the board. Rockwall Heath still in front, though, but Legacy not giving an inch as Peyton Neely scores on that play. But folks, that Hawks front line was relentless all night. This is Joelle Kelly going up high for the spike. Lady Raiders cannot return it. After a great first set battle, Rockwall Heath takes that first set 25-15 and goes on to win in 3 as Legacy falls to 21-8 on the season. All right, and I told y'all a lot of games were moving from Friday to Thursday, so let's talk about it. Lindale and Maybank will play Thursday at 7 at Panther Stadium. Center and Brownsboro will now get together at Bear Stadium on Thursday at 7. The best in East Texas, Carthage hits Bullard's Panther Stadium on Thursday night instead of Friday. And Dangerfield welcomes Hughes Springs to Mickey Main Tiger Stadium, you guessed it, on Thursday. A lot of changes, right? Yeah, well, we're just getting started. What was supposed to be our site game for our kickoff show, Gilmer hosting Pleasant Grove at Jeff Traylor Stadium, is now scheduled for Thursday night at 7. Jacksonville hits the road to play Mount Pleasant at Sam Parker Field on Thursday night. Malakoff will host Rains at Tiger Stadium on Thursday instead of Friday. Are you sensing a pattern here, folks? And 6-1 Sunnyvale will travel to Hobart Lytle Memorial Stadium to play Quinlan Ford on Thursday. And we still got 4 more games for you. Canton will hope to remain undefeated as they host Ferris at Norris Birdwell Stadium Thursday night instead of Friday. Friday, Grand Saline welcomes Lone Oak to Indian Memorial Stadium on Thursday night at 7:30. Kilgore looks to stay hot at R.E. St. John Memorial Stadium against Palestine Thursday night at 7. And after nearly giving Carthage a run for their money last week, Athens hosts Rusk at Bruce Field this Thursday night. All right, and a happy opening night last night for the NBA, everybody. But before we get to Rockets Thunder, prepare for a cuteness overload. Our news director, Marangeli, and her husband, Justin, attended OKC's home opener last night, bringing sweet baby Angel along for the ride. And this is Angel hanging out with Kevin Durant pregame. I mean, are we kidding? Are we joking? Come on. This is just so adorable. Claps for everybody involved. Absolutely love it. All right, the game itself, pretty incredible, too. Third quarter, Chet Holmgren here hits the step back. That's a long two. He finished with 28. Fourth quarter, Alperen Şengün hits a three. That put Houston up 7. Later on, how about a patented KD mid-range? Looking good in the Rockets threads. Shea with the pull-up here. That cuts the Rockets lead to 4 in the fourth. And then Mr. MVP comes down the floor, sizes up his defender, and ties the game up with 2 seconds to go in overtime. Shea again with the pull-up. This put OKC up 6 later on. Şengün is going to miss his first attempt, grab the offensive board, dunk it home. He finished with a career-high 39. We're in double overtime now. Cason Wallace drills a three to put the Thunder up 1. KD responds with the and one on the other end. And then Şengün with the layup. That puts the Rockets back into the lead. We're going back and forth. Shea hit a couple free throws on the other end to put OKC ahead. Last second shot misses. Thunder win 125-124. Just an incredible first game of the NBA season. But that's all the time we have for sports. Morning, y'all. Back to y'all.
All right, thanks so much, Dan. We're about to step away for a quick moment while we do our over-the-air broadcast with a quick news update.
We'll be right back, so stay with us right here on CBS 19 Plus. Good morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon.
And I'm Jesus Martinez. Thank you so much for joining us for this news update. A Cherokee County man now convicted of murder will be back in court this morning as the sentencing phase of his trial gets underway. Noel Price was found guilty yesterday in the 2023 killing of 42-year-old Samuel Muller, whose body was found in a home near Wells baseball field, that is. This comes after a mistrial for the 56-year-old earlier this year when a different jury couldn't reach a verdict. Well, this morning we're waiting on a test results to come in if a cat in Panola County had rabies. This cat was found in Gary yesterday and was showing symptoms consistent with a rabies infection. Now, it was humanely euthanized and samples have been sent to the Texas Department of State Health Services for testing. Sheriff Cutter Clinton is urging pet owners to vaccinate their animals and seek medical attention if bitten or scratched. If these test results come back positive, quarantine protocols will follow, and of course, they'll keep you updated on that.
Rural fire departments across the Lone Star State are getting a big boost to help them fight fires. The Texas A&M Forest Service is awarding $164 million. This will help supply smaller departments across the state with nearly 600 new firefighting trucks. One fire department benefiting from this is the Mineola Volunteer Fire Department. They're adding a new brush truck to their fleet. It will replace one the station already has from 2004. The fire marshal says this new off-road truck will be instrumental in keeping Wood County protected from wildfires.
The state depends on these smaller departments. Most of the departments in the state are volunteer departments. So that tells me that the state is really concerned and really values those smaller departments' efforts.
The $164 million is being allocated in the first phase of distributing over $192 million to volunteer departments in Texas. Additional money will be distributed in the following months. It's a chilly start this morning.
It is, but it's going to be a warmer end as we head into this afternoon. We got low 80s for this afternoon, light winds, lots of sunshine, just a little bit above average. Very comfortable though, especially given the lower humidity. Now there is a caveat to that, of course, moderate to high fire danger here across much of the area. So continue to see those burn bans to continue into the next several days, at least until further notice. Luckily, the winds are going to be a little bit lighter today, so that's going to help us out a little bit, but the surface still going to be very dry. Now, we do have more rain in the forecast, especially on Saturday. Weather impact alert in place for the potential for at least 1 to 2 inches, maybe 3 inches of rain, which could lead to flooding. Some of that will carry into Sunday and Monday, but more so on Saturday. This will likely be an all-day event, so if you have any outdoor plans, definitely consider moving them indoors. Now here's your 7-day forecast as a whole here. We have dry conditions Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You can see the cloud cover starting to increase a little bit. That's because of that system moving in on Saturday. Saturday again, the day to really watch for rain. Morning showers on Sunday, and then additional rounds of rain on Monday and Tuesday possible.
Just after 7:30, welcome back here to Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
This is what's coming up in our second half hour. It's a big day at UT Austin. James E. Davis officially taking the reins as president. What to expect from his first big address coming up.
A jewel heist at the Louvre in Paris has left priceless Napoleon-era treasures missing. Police are chasing leads as investigators search for thieves. The latest on this high-profile case coming up.
And in your forecast, we're going to be breaking down some rain chances, particularly on Saturday. We got a lot of rain in the forecast. We'll go over how much and what time it'll be here in your forecast. I'm Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Yo on CBS 19 Plus.
Good morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon.
And I'm Jesus Martinez. Thank you so much for staying with us here on CBS 19 Plus. Well, a Tyler driver accused of being drunk behind the wheel led officers on a chase Monday, ending just steps away from the county jail. Tyler police say 44-year-old Austin Hall was found parked in a turning lane on Gentry Parkway, smelling of alcohol. When officers approached his vehicle, he sped off, and after refusing to stop multiple times, Hall finally pulled over on Elm Street, right across the street from the Smith County Jail. He was arrested and charged with DWI, and this is his second offense. Meanwhile, over in Livingston, a 62-year-old woman is facing charges after police say she attacked an officer inside the Livingston Police Department. Investigators say Brenda Bradshaw came to the station asking for a specific officer she had met before. When he arrived, Bradshaw allegedly started punching and kicking him, and officers quickly restrained her, and the officer was not seriously hurt. But later, police found that she was carrying a loaded pistol at that time. Bradshaw is now booked into the Polk County Jail, charged with assaulting a peace officer and unlawful carrying of a weapon.
Early voting is happening now, and Texans are weighing in on 17 proposed amendments to the state constitution. So we are breaking down what those amendments would do.
Yeah, so today let's talk about taxes. I know it's not a fun topic, but it's important. Two of those propositions on that ballot would ban state lawmakers from implementing certain types of taxes. Ashley Goodell breaks it all down for us.
Prop 2 would ban a capital gains tax on any person, family, estate, or trust. That would be a tax on the profit you make from selling an asset like stocks. Prop 6 would ban lawmakers from creating a securities transaction tax, which is a tax on financial transactions. So again, stocks, bonds, and the like. These two props are especially relevant given the fact that plans are in the works to create the Texas Stock Exchange, or Y'all Street, in Dallas. And if Texas wants Y'all Street to be a reality, insiders say it needs to be tax friendly. To be clear, Texas does not currently have, nor is anyone proposing the state create these two types of taxes. Still, there are lawmakers on both sides of the aisle who want to make sure the state doesn't ever create these taxes, preserving the Lone Star State's reputation as a business-friendly, low-tax state. But the Travis County Democratic Party is not a fan of taking potential taxing power off the table.
Well, want to know what's on your ballot? Just text the word VOTE to 903-600-2600. We'll send you a full list of what you can expect at the polls. Again, that's VOTE to 903-600-2600, and we'll send that list right at your fingertips. All right, UT Austin will officially welcome its newest president. Today, James E. Davis, a UT and Harvard Law School graduate, will be formally installed during in his ceremony today, followed by his State of University address. It starts at 4 p.m. at Hogg Memorial Auditorium at the UT Austin campus. All right, 7:35 now. A brazen jewel heist at the Louvre Museum in Paris has still not yielded the jewels or the thieves. However, we are learning some new clues this morning.
Around 100 investigators are involved in the manhunt to track down 4 criminals who made off with the artifacts known as France's crown jewels. They date back to the Napoleonic era and have been said to be priceless. Sherelle Hubbard has details.
The Louvre Museum is due to reopen on Wednesday, minus an estimated $102 million worth of stolen treasures, according to a French prosecutor, and what some are calling the heist of the century.
The victims, by the way, of this crime are all of us who won't be able to see these pieces.
It's one of the most high-profile robberies at the Louvre since Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa was stolen off the museum's walls in August of 1911. Police say the thieves entered the museum through a window and took items such as a diamond and sapphire jewelry set, a tiara, and an emerald necklace set, among other treasures. That's before fleeing on motorcycles.
Pretended as if this was business as usual, this was some sort of construction job, and managed to go in and out in 7 minutes.
The robbers used a truck-mounted ladder to gain access to the Apollo Gallery, one of the most ornate rooms in the Louvre Museum. Investigators are looking closely at a blowtorch and angle grinder found at the scene. It appeared to be a professional heist, but a former jewelry thief says the thieves made a few mistakes.
They dropped one of these brooches. They only robbed, 9? I think it was 9 brooches, diamond-like pieces. Well, you just dropped a ninth of your whole entire load right there. That's an amateur move.
An art recovery expert says Napoleon's crown jewels are too hot for the robbers to offload as is, and they'll likely be disassembled and recut.
There's gold in it, silver in it, diamonds in it. You can melt down the gold, you can melt down the silver, you can cut the jewels.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
All right, 7:37 now. The Greatest Show on Earth is trying to boost its popularity. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey is putting more circus-based videos on YouTube. The clips feature topics like juggling and spinning plates. Officials with the 154-year-old brand say the goal is to get more children to be interested in the circus, so they want to see it in person. In 2017, Ringling Brothers shuttered due to lower ticket sales and complaints from activists regarding the use of tigers, elephants, and other three-winged animals. And 2 years ago, the show returned without live animals and more emphasis on acrobatics. The circus is set to hit the road on a national tour in January. So I actually went to one of these shows as a kid. It was my first circus ever. It was phenomenal. Like there's nothing like going to a circus and seeing all the acts in person versus watching it on YouTube or on your phone.
And they used to do these back in the day. They would do these celebrity ones,
yes,
like celebrity circuses, and then they would like learn how to do the. What is the bar that swings? Why can't I think of the name of that?
The trapeze.
The trapeze.
Yes.
I always wanted to do the trapeze, but yes, with attached like wires and whatnot. But they would teach the celebrities how to do it, not Ringling Brothers, but a different. But anyways, I thought it was fun to watch.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, circus is fun. We had some local circuses that came around my hometown, and then Cirque du Soleil and Disney.
That takes it to a whole beautiful other level.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, well, here's another trending story. The Kansas City Chiefs tight end announced, Travis Kelce, that he joined investment firm Jana Partners to buy a chunk of Six Flags, getting on a bit more on the business world. They got a 9% stake in the company worth about $200 million. Jana Partners is an activist investment firm. That means it's likely to try to influence how the company is run. A merger last year between Cedar Fair and Six Flags has largely failed to increase attendance at the company's parks. For Kelce, it's personal. He grew up in Cleveland, about 65 miles from Cedar Point, and says that he is an amusement park lover. It's not known how much money he personally invested in the deal. But I have listened to his podcast, and he has mentioned the theme parks and liking to go to the theme parks with his family and doing that growing up as a child.
Oh, I love Cedar Point. That was like the closest amusement park to me. There was Michigan's Adventure on the west side. I lived on the east side of Michigan, and then that was about a 2.5-hour drive over there.
It was a day trip.
It was a day trip. Oh, so much fun. I love amusement park rides. I haven't been to a Six Flags. I guess technically I've been to a Six Flags park at this point because Cedar Fair owned Cedar Point.
Yeah.
Now,
go to the one in Arlington.
I would love to do that.
And they're opening up a new roller coaster, the biggest and most fastest roller coaster in the world. Is
dive coaster. Dive coaster.
80 miles an hour.
I might be, my days of 80 miles an hour might be over, but when I was young, we had Astroworld, and it's not there anymore.
Not there anymore.
R.I.P. Astroworld, but it was so fun. Like, we used to go, like, on a whole Saturday. Our parents would drop us off when we were teenagers and just stay all day, and I loved it. I started out, like, light on the rides, and then one time a friend told me, this isn't scary.
Right.
And she was wrong, but I enjoyed it. I loved it.
Last time I went to Six Flags, there was like, your medium roller coasters and your big roller coasters. I think the big roller coasters were not overhyped, but I feel like the medium ones had more twists and turns that actually made your stomach drop.
Yeah.
Unless I was already used to it and I was prepared for the bigger rides.
I like going upside down randomly.
Right.
Yeah, I like the ones that have the loops.
Loop-de-loops.
Yes, I could go on and on for me.
Oh, man. All right, well, Halloween is almost here, and Capri Sun is joining the fun with a playful twist of the brand. Just launched its limited edition trick and treat pouches. You'll see the "and" here in a minute. Each pouch includes nearly impossible to puncture prank pouch, that's the trick, and extra straws to keep the laughs going. Pranksters can snag the pouches exclusively at Walmart.com. Now, if you are able to punch through it, which you should, that is the treat. You get the Capri Sun drink at the end.
They obviously haven't seen me punching through that as a child. Going, I can't get this, teacher. Will you do this for me?
Can you open it? And then the teacher's like,
and then I would sometimes poke holes in the back by accident, and then it would just go right through.
And then you needed a cup.
What I would do, either one of two things. I would flip the straw backwards and punch it with the flat side.
Oh, okay.
Either that happened, and then the straw would break, and so you had no straw because you weren't able to sip it from the straw anymore.
But
because
Capri
that had extra
Sun,
salt.
Yes.
I loved you. I always wanted you in my lunchbox always.
Did y'all ever, like when you were finished with the Capri Sun, blow it up and then just like
Yeah,
squeeze the...
That's all we did. And like we would just put it in, like in elementary school,
Yeah.
we put it in kids' faces, like our classmates and our friends would just be like, shh.
Loved it.
Oh, goodness. Oh,
The good
the
times.
memories.
kids, right?
All right, in Tyler, Casa for Kids, an organization that advocates for children who've experienced abuse or neglect, is working to raise $90,000 to serve the community.
Yeah, they're coming off a big night. The group hosted its biggest fundraiser of the year with all-you-can-eat food, and it was all-you-can-eat. Live auctions, guests, and a first-hand look at what CASA is all about. Now, CASA for Kids serves hundreds of children every single year, providing advocacy, hope, and stability. Mary Jo Burgess, Executive Director and CEO, says last night was all about making a difference while having some fun.
We make it family friendly so that anybody can come, everybody coming together to support children who are our future. And so without the funds, we can't put the volunteers and our staff on the road to go check on the placements, which are all over the state of Texas.
Well, this marks the 10th year for the Fall Festival, and organizers say it's not just about raising money, it's also about raising awareness. And if you'd like to help and donate anytime, just visit tylercasa.com. And so I was out there, I was talking to Mary Jo and some other organizers. They say this might be the biggest turnout they've seen in the 10 years. So lots of money raised. Each team, one team that I was in, we raised just under $3,000. The other team also raised just under $3,000. However, my team lost.
And what did that mean, Jesus?
Well, I'll show you. Losing team get to get pie in the face. So the first time they didn't pie me enough because, you know,
they
poncho.
pied your poncho.
They did, and they're like, actually, boom, there it is.
Finally. Those ponchos were hanging over your eyes.
They were, well, on purpose because I had my contacts on. So I was like,
Will you close your eyes?
I did, but I don't want to be like all over my eyes with
When
cream.
you do this next year, you're gonna wear glasses.
I am, or no glasses.
Take them off. You're gonna wear your not good clothes, and you're gonna ditch the
embrace
poncho.
it.
You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you?
You're right, you wouldn't. We were cleaning up
candy for you.
We were cleaning up so much afterwards. We were like water in her face, in our hair, just wiping everything. We used up the entire roll of paper
That
towels
was the
in the
deal.
restroom.
That is what you signed up for.
That is. It was so well worth it. So much fun.
I think so too. Well, thank you for doing that.
Of course.
All right, it's harvest time, the season when farmers see the fruits of their labor. But over in England, growers are digging up more than crops. They're unearthing nearly a century of quirky countryside tradition. Tina Kraus has the story.
In the peaceful English village of Abridge, a deep-rooted battle is about to begin.
This is the Potato Club Dig Day.
Every October, growers visit each other's gardens to see what the soil's been hiding.
Oh, there's one. Coming out now.
It's all about who brings home the biggest sack of spuds.
And the first time I won it, I had 135 potatoes from one seed.
Ian Love has dug his way to victory 6 times.
The great thing is my father won it back in the 80s, and my grandfather won it.
3.75. The British fight for spud supremacy.
We're here at the one of the favourites, Derrick's Mound.
With a bit of American flavour, has been going for 90 years.
Look at these.
And longtime residents all know the story of how it began with a squabble at the village pub.
So 90 years ago, there was an argument in this pub between 2 potato farmers.
Whether or not his potato was bigger than the other chap's potato.
And then I think the local lord of the manor put up the cup and said, OK, put your money where your mouth is.
That trophy has been passed through generations, but Barry Cook keeps taking it back.
How have you managed to win so many years?
It's what you give it, the fertiliser you give it, and plenty of water.
After a long harvest, growers say they need some TLC too.
I think it's more for the drinks and the sausages than it is for the potatoes.
We're the ladies that are doing the cooking, yeah. It's very old-fashioned. We know our place.
In the end,
hello.
Grower Derek Oram bagged the bragging rights this year, closing another spud-tacular season of village tradition. Tina Kraus, CBS News, Abridge, England.
It's not just backyard gardeners battling for glory. Local schools, scout groups, and even residents from a nearby care home get in on all that fun, too.
Sounds like a great time. Hey everybody, let's get into your forecast. We're going to start things off by taking a look outside. It is a blue day so far, and that will continue into the rest of today. It's also a very cool start. We got 49 right now in Tyler, clear skies overhead. Winds are also calm. They will continue to be light all the way through the day. Temperatures across the region, low 40s to the north, middle 50s to the south, some 40s also sneaking in across areas like Nacogdoches. We got 47 degrees there. We also have 55 degrees in Lufkin, 56 in Jacksonville. So we got kind of a mix of 40s and 50s here across the area. Either way, it is a chilly start to the day. Now, dew points also very low, upper 30s, low 40s, upper 40s to low 50s further to the south. These are very low numbers, very dry numbers that will really make it a lot more comfortable into this afternoon. We'll see highs today in the low to mid 80s. We'll see 82 for today's southeast breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Certainly a lot less breezy than yesterday, so winds are going to be a little bit lighter. Again, sunshine holding on through the rest of the day. Cloud cover will start to increase Thursday and especially into Friday, and of course Saturday is going to be the #1 day to watch for some good beneficial rain. We're going to see a lot of rain all at once, which is why we do have a weather impact alert in place for Saturday. I have all the details about that in your full forecast after the break.
All right, thanks, Joel. 7:48 this morning, a claim from the president about Tylenol and sparks about autism confusion in response from the FDA. What doctors want parents to know, coming up.
A health alert this morning. How antidepressants affect the body can vary widely based on which one you take. A study in The Lancet found different drugs impact a patient's heart rate, blood pressure, and weight in different ways. For example, some common antidepressants are linked to weight gain, while others are linked to weight loss. But researchers stress these findings should not deter people from taking antidepressants. Important information for people who track their daily steps. A Mass General Brigham study found older women who took 4,000 steps just once or twice a week had a 27% lower risk of cardiovascular disease and a 26% lower risk of death. Notably, the health benefits were linked to how many steps were taken rather than how many days a person was active. Well, Kenvue, the maker of Tylenol, is pushing back against proposed safety label changes, linking its use during pregnancy to autism or ADHD. The company says acetaminophen is one of the most studied medicines in history. Ivan Rodriguez has the latest on what parents need to know.
Last month, President Trump claimed without evidence that Tylenol use during pregnancy was linked to a, quote, very increased risk of autism.
You know, I'm just making these statements from me.
Since then, the FDA responded to physicians saying that the choice to take acetaminophen still belongs with parents, but that the use during pregnancy may cause an increased risk of neurological conditions such as autism and ADHD in children. However, the letter also noted that a causal relationship has not been established.
Anytime a different voice is added to the conversation, it causes a bit of confusion, especially if the messaging is completely different.
Dr. Brian Lee, professor of epidemiology and biostatistics at Drexel University, says while there is no debate that rates of autism diagnoses are increasing, his study published last year in the Journal of American Medical Association found that there was no increase in risk of autism or ADHD associated with acetaminophen use.
Acetaminophen remains the safest alternative for pain relief medication, and it's unclear what exactly would replace that.
The Informed Consent Action Network, an anti-vaccine nonprofit with close ties to HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., filed a citizens petition asking the FDA to add a more detailed warning to OTC drug products that contain acetaminophen. Kenvue asked the FDA to deny the petition, saying the suggested label changes are unsupported by scientific evidence. I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
All right, good morning, everybody. Let's get a more detailed look at your forecast. Now for today, it's going to be a very, very pleasant one. We got low 80s for this afternoon, sunshine, dry air, light winds. It's going to be, man, a great day to be outside. Fire danger, on the other hand, also going to be a little bit of a problem, still has been a problem, and will continue to be a kind of a problem over the next few days until we can get some rain in the forecast. But what we have going on for us right now is moderate to high fire danger across much of the area. Still got those burn bans that continue to be in effect until further notice across much of East Texas. So definitely make sure to pay attention to those. Again, we're watching for that chance for some beneficial rainfall, particularly on Saturday and parts of Sunday and Monday as well. But the main activity, the most amount of rain, I think, will be falling on Saturday. We have a weather impact alert in place because of how much rain that we're going to be seeing in such a short amount of time. And of course, given how dry the surface is, it really can't absorb that much rain. So I definitely would not be too surprised to see a couple of areas of flooding. So that's, again, why we have that weather impact alert in place. Could also get a couple of gusty thunderstorms in there as well. But all in all, it's really about the rain. Now, let's get into your future skycast. Now, we're going to start you off at 7 a.m. on Friday. Should be pretty rain-free. You got a couple of showers that are going to try to make their way in, but we have a lot of dry air that's going to still be in place. So any shower that tries to make its way in likely won't be lasting very long. We have a lot of cloud cover instead. Now, as we get further into Friday and into your Saturday, this is where that big area of heavy rain will be moving in, and it'll start to move in a little bit closer during the later morning hours of Saturday and likely will last all the way through your Saturday afternoon. Again, we're talking the potential for a lot of rain, potentially 1 to 2 inches on Saturday alone, and then we get some additional rainfall on, of course, Sunday, Monday, and possibly into Tuesday. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Lots of opportunities for rain starting on Saturday, especially. Then we'll have some showers on the rear side of that system on Sunday, and then we are watching another system to possibly move in on Monday and Tuesday, so we'll keep you advised on that.
Thank you, Joel. The lights, the wreaths, the inflatable Santas, everything Christmas, you know, decorations, they'll stop popping up pretty soon, maybe after Halloween, even before Halloween for some. So, do you love that early holiday cheer, or maybe not so much? Or are you like, give Thanksgiving a moment, people?
No, let's share. Be sharing and caring is what I've been saying.
Yeah.
Here's our question of the day. So be honest, should Christmas decorations, when should they go up? Is it ever like too early?
If I had to put a date on it, November 1st. If I had to put a date on it.
I would agree with that. And honestly,
if
I had a little strategy, right? I put like each Christmas decoration out like little by little
ahead of time
through the month of November.
Not
and
me.
Then,
it's like get it all done
all in
one weekend, so I can just enjoy.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
It's hard to resist too. It's like, okay, I have this up. Now I got to put this up. Now I got to put this up, right?
No, it all goes up at one fell swoop. The lights, I let someone else handle the lights because I
right, and you do the indoors.
I don't want to harm myself in putting up the lights because there's high peaks and whatnot on the house. People are talking over on Facebook.
Right.
Jackie says outdoors November 1st, indoor is the day after Thanksgiving. It's just not enough time for me.
Okay,
just isn't.
You need a whole weekend.
Wow. Start outside in.
Kaylee says whenever you want. Mine start November 1st. I love to have it up at Thanksgiving. I'm thankful I can do that. Me too, Kaylee. I want to see all the pretties as we're eating at the dinner table for Thanksgiving. The lights are, twinkling.
Flickering.
It's like magical.
It is.
I love the little snow babies.
Right.
A lot of people are saying after Thanksgiving. Catherine says after December 8th. Catherine, I need to know what's going on December 7th.
December 8th.
Do it. Cheryl also on my Facebook said December 10th. Hard date of December 10th.
Okay.
All right, well, we're about to step away for a quick one. We'll do our over the break cut in with a quick news update. We'll be right back after the break.
What's an ODR?
Good morning, y'all. I'm Jesus Martinez.
And I'm Dana Dixon. Thanks for being with us for this news update. A 62-year-old East Texas woman is facing charges after police say she attacked an officer inside the Livingston Police Department. Investigators say Brenda Bradshaw came to the station asking for a specific officer that she'd met before. Now, when he arrived, Bradshaw allegedly started punching and kicking him. Officers quickly restrained her, and the officer was not seriously injured. Police later found she was carrying a loaded pistol at the time. Bradshaw is now booked into the Polk County Jail, charged with assaulting a peace officer and unlawful carrying of a weapon. A Tyler driver accused of being drunk behind the wheel led officers on a chase Monday, ending just steps away from the jail. Tyler police say 44-year-old Austin Hall was found parked in a turning lane on Gentry Parkway, smelling of alcohol. When officers approached his vehicle, he sped off after refusing to stop multiple times. Hall finally pulled over on Elm Street, right across from the Smith County Jail. He was arrested and charged with DWI, his second offense.
Oh, outdoor mini golf could be making a comeback in Tyler. City council members are set to vote this morning on whether to approve a special use permit for a new course along South Broadway. Now, this is going to be where the old Wood Creek Athletic Club used to be. The Planning and Zoning Commission already gave its initial approval earlier this month, and the developer has plans to tear down the building or the gym and build a new mini golf course in its place. Now, if approved, it would mark the return of putt-putt to the city of Tyler after the city's last mini golf course closed earlier this year to make way for a hotel. And a big honor for one of East Texas's newest events, the East Texas State Fair is now in the running for Medium Rodeo of the Year, a top award from the Pro Rodeo Cowboys Association. The PRCA announced its 2025 nominees on Tuesday, and our local rodeo here in East Texas is now one of top 5 in the country, going head-to-head with contenders from Idaho, Iowa, Kansas, and South Dakota. Winners will be announced on December 3rd at the PRCA Awards in Vegas. And best of luck to them.
Fingers crossed for
We'll see.
Man.
Yeah. All right, let's get checking that forecast now with Joel. Pretty chilly this morning.
Yeah, pretty chilly this morning, but this afternoon is going to be a very comfortable one. We got low 80s in store for today. Light winds, sunshine, low humidity. It's going to be just a great day. Get outside, enjoy those outdoor plants if you have any. Just don't burn anything, that is for sure. We still have moderate to high fire danger risks here across the area. Luckily, the winds are a little bit lighter, so it kind of mitigates it just a little bit, but still, with how dry it's been, how dry it's going to be today, not going to be the best idea. Now, speaking of dry, actually the opposite of dry, we have rain coming in on Saturday in particular. That's going to be when the most rainfall is going to be. We got a weather impact alert for the threat for some heavy rainfall, maybe perhaps some gusty thunderstorms in there as well. Likely going to be an all-day event, so that's something we'll have to keep an eye on. And then from there, we got more rain chances in the forecast on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We'll have the latest data for you coming up later on in the show.
News before you go this morning. We are waiting on a test result to see if a cat in Panola County had rabies. The cat was discovered in Gary yesterday and was showing symptoms consistent with a rabies infection. It was humanely euthanized and samples have been sent to the Texas Department of State Health Services for testing. Sheriff Cutter Clinton is urging pet owners to vaccinate their animals and seek medical attention if bitten or scratched. Now, if the results come back positive, quarantine protocols will follow and the public will be updated.
Well, as the government shutdown drags into day 22, President Trump is standing firm, rejecting Democrats' calls for a meeting unless they first agree to reopen the government. Democrats, meanwhile, are demanding Republicans address rising health care costs. And across the country, furloughed workers are turning to food banks, uncertain when their next paycheck will come. The Senate is expected to vote again tomorrow on a GOP bill to fund the government through mid-November, and this would be the 12th time.
A big honor for one East Texas big event that just happened for the first time. We're talking about the East Texas State Fair Rodeo. It's now in the running for Medium Rodeo of the Year, a top award from the Pro Rodeo Cowboys Association. The PRCA announced its 2025 nominees on Tuesday, and our local rodeo is now one of the top 5 in the country, going head-to-head with contenders from Idaho, Iowa, Kansas, and South Dakota. Winners will be announced on December 3rd at the PRCA Awards in Las Vegas. All right, let's get to Joel for a final look at your forecast this morning.
All right, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. Now, we will be dry for the next 3 days, but again, we're watching Saturday for a big chance of rain, some good accumulating rain too. Not just any chance of rain. We got a 90% chance for much of the area. Likely will be an all-day event. So again, if you have any outdoor plans, definitely would suggest moving them indoors. It's going to be a very soggy one on Saturday. And also some of that will carry into Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon should be a-okay. And we got another system moving in on Monday and Tuesday. And of course, as mentioned before, the CBS19 weather experts will keep you advised on all the rest of the rain chances going forward through this week.
All right, Joel, thanks so much. Check this out. Imagine creating a boat out of a large pumpkin and then thrusting it to float with you in it. Yeah, that was the mission for one of New Hampshire's quirkiest traditions, the annual Giant Pumpkin Regatta. Contestants paddle their way down the river and their costumes, boom, there it is. Whoa. And this year's winner, Crystal Delanthe, who says sore arms were worth the bragging rights. Gourd times all around.
Yes,
very gourd
definitely
times.
gourd times.
I wasn't sure where that pumpkin was going. It was falling out. Right? It was going to go on the ground.
I hope no one was. I don't think anyone would be in there.
No,
they weren't around.
Absolutely not. Well, that is really something. I can't believe that they can float. I can't believe they can float.
I
thought they were like flip over.
Oh, maybe because they're not like shaped perfectly.
No, it's like a little
right.
It looks like it would just like tumble around in the water.
Some might. Depends on probably how you carve it out. They've gotten good at this over the years.
I'll try it.
I'd try it.
I tried everything once.
It looks like fun.
Oh yeah, I would too.
Alrighty.
All right, we're so glad that you continued your day with us here on Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus. Of course, the noon show is still coming up.
All right, and keep you here for the latest news and weather throughout the day on CBS 19 Plus. We hope you had a good morning, and here's what's coming up for the rest of the day right here on CBS 19 Plus.